Hey guys, welcome to Child Care Success Tools. We are here with another weekly video, and right now we've been focusing our attention on enrollment building, and so this is part 4 of the enrollment building series. And for those of you that are new joining me, welcome. My name is Ashley Benz. I am your Child Care Success Coach and Instructor with Child Care Success Tools. And I am so glad to have you join me today. So, if you're new, you definitely want to start at the beginning of this enrollment building series. And I will be sure to leave the links below to the part 1 series, and you'll be able to kind of follow your way through the playlist. So, okay, we're going to jump right in. So, last week we talked about doing the facility tour, and I provided to you my the five senses system and tools that I use, or the tool that I use, which is the 5 senses, and how to do your facility tours, and using the 5 senses to create an experience. And so we talked about that last week. And so this week we are going to talk about follow-up. So I like to definitely start off with common mistakes that usually are made in child care programs in regards to the topic follow-up. Number 1 is not getting people's information. So this is a common mistake, and I kind of have mentioned this before in my previous videos, but not getting people's information is one common mistake. When you don't get the information, there is no way that you can, do a follow-up with someone if you don't have their name, their email address, their phone number, some kind of way to contact them. So that's one mistake. And then the other mistake is just simply not following up, not calling them back, not emailing them, not showing that you are interested in their needs and their wants, and and letting them know what you have available to solve the problem that they're facing with finding quality child care. So those are basically the 2 common mistakes when it comes to follow-up. Now, one thing that you definitely want to understand is that there is fortune in the follow-up. Follow-up is so important with trying to increase your enrollment. And if you are struggling right now with low enrollment, are you following up with the potential clients? Are you calling them back and following up with them? So a lot of times, one of the reasons why child care programs cannot increase their enrollment is because they fail to follow up and try to figure out what it is, where the person is in the process with enrolling into your child care program. So you have to figure out where they are in their decision making. And what I would do is, so let's say that you have somebody to come in, they do a facility tour, and I would usually give them a day. Of course, in the last video, we talked about having the email system and things of that nature. So, you definitely want to have some kind of an automated email program that you use, that automatically sends out emails, once they come in for the tour and things of that nature. And so what I would normally do is, if I hadn't heard back within about 24 hours, so I would give people a day. You want to be respectful and give them time. They're usually going to be searching other programs and looking at other child care programs, and so you want to give them time to do that. And then basically after 24 hours, so like if they came in on Monday, I wouldn't really contact them on Tuesday, but Wednesday they would get a phone call from me. And, I would basically follow up with them, and I pretty much used a form that, that I would, or a script, if you want to call it a script, that had questions that I would ask, and there was a way I would go about doing that. Now, if you've been following these videos and you have kind of, gotten to know me, if you're part of the Toolbox of Success membership program, I go over all this with my students that are enrolled in that membership program, and actually how to follow up, and what to say and how to start the conversation, because people get really sensitive when first of all, when you want to take up their time to ask them questions. And so there's a way of going about doing that and getting the information that you need so that you can, increase your enrollment, so that you know what to do, if you need to make things better. And so, figuring out where they are in the process of their decision making is part of that follow-up. Because here is the deal. If you have low enrollment, and let's say you are doing tours and people are not choosing you, you have to find out why they're not choosing you so that you can go and fix that. Now, there are some things that we can't fix. Location, we can't fix that. The time that you're open may not work with some families, and you can change that, but you may not want to change the time. The time that your hours of operation may work for you, and so you may not want to kind of change that. So there are some things that we just can't change. But we don't, if you don't know what those things are, if you don't know that people are not choosing you because it's the location, or people are not choosing you because whatever the case is, the curriculum. Maybe they, another child care program across town has a better curriculum, or whatever the case is, you guys, you have to figure out why they're not choosing you, so that if there is anything that you can go in and change and make better, then to do that. You know what that is. And so this is why there is fortune in the follow-up. This is why you have to follow up. Another thing that a point that I want to make out as well is that when I heard about fortune in the follow-up, and if you study marketing or advertising and anything like that, this is a very common phrase across the marketing and advertising board, because there is fortune in the follow-up. And a lot of businesses, child care owner programs, basically you are leaving money on the table when you don't follow up. And this is an area that you are losing out on money simply because you're not calling them back. And there's been times that I have called a family back, and it was a misunderstanding. In fact, a really good example is I had a parent that came in that she was moving from a different state. She did not want to have her child immunized, and so I explained to her over the phone. That was one question she asked. I went over that with her over the phone. When she came into the facility tour, she asked it again, and I told her that was fine. We can work around that, because there's a form that she can fill out to be exempt from doing that. And, obviously after she got finished touring with me, of course, she said she loved it and all that great stuff, but she was going to be looking at other places. And when I did the follow with her, she basically was like, I didn't choose you because, I don't want my child to be immunized. And so I had told her, I was like, well, we talked about that. Remember, and I had to remind her. She was like, oh, yeah, I got you mixed up. And then she actually, changed her mind, or didn't go with the other program with me. So sometimes follow up, right there, if I hadn't done that phone call with her, I would have lost enrollment. You really, really just want to make sure that you're following up with the people. There's a way of doing it to, where you can get the information that you need. And another point that I want to make is that this is the time. If your enrollment is low right now, you cannot be shy. I was kind of shy because I was like, I don't want to bug people. I don't want to be calling them back and things like that. And, I really didn't know what to say, how to word it, how to get people to want to give me the information. Because a lot of times, you guys, we've all been there. You get the phone call and somebody wants to, can you answer these few questions? And it's kind of like, you really don't have the time. And so there's a way to get the person to, have the time with you. And be able to give you the answers that you need. And there's also other methods besides calling on the phone. Now, I would usually always make that phone call, and then there was other methods I used, to go along with that. So there's fortune in the follow-up. Today is going to be really, really short, you guys. Like I said, right now in the enrollment building series is when we are really getting really deep into things. And so, I'm just going to be coming to you through the rest of the enrollment building series and just giving you the little tips and things like that you can use in your program to be able to take action. And, if you go back and you go to part 1 and part 2 and part 3, and then now we're at part 4, and you use all these things, you will be able to take action in your program and move your program. But like I always say, if you're wanting to transform your program, then you need to be a part of my Toolbox of Success membership program, and you need to enroll in that class and be a student of that program so that I can show you how to do all these things, because this is something that, it doesn't happen overnight. This is not some quick, rich kind of, get enrollments and boost them and things like that. These little bitty things can definitely have you, increase your enrollment dramatically, just by putting these together. But, I'm not going to be one to sit here and tell you that something can happen overnight, okay? And what I will tell you is that if you are not a part of the program, you will struggle with pulling this all together, because basically what I'm giving you is a system, and there are tools that go along with all these videos that you don't have access to. And so, I just really want you to understand that if you are struggling in your enrollment building, that I can help you, and I can walk you through it step by step, and you don't have to struggle, and there's a lot of things. There's easy ways of doing it, and I always tell that to my students, with anything, to make it work, you have to have tools, okay? And it kind of reminds me of, putting something together, a bookshelf. You get the bookshelf, you may have the pieces to put together, but if you don't have the screw and you don't have the nuts and the bolts and all those things, you're not going to have a bookshelf. You're just going to have the pieces of a bookshelf. And it's not to say that you can't make a bookshelf without having the nuts and the bolts and the screws and the tools. There's ways you can piece things together. But, if you piece it together without the right tools, is it going to be sturdy? Is it going to last? And that is what Child Care Success Tools is. It is going to, being a student of Child Care Success Tools online school and academy, it's going to make you have a business that is going to be sturdy and it's going to last for you. And it's going to change your life, basically. Because if you can have a business that's going to be sturdy and last, and, everything's on automatic, and things just kind of run themselves, that is going to change your lifestyle. And so, anyway, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Just remember, fortune in the follow-up. If you're not following up, this is one reason why your enrollment is low, and you just need to just start following up people. Get on the phone, call them up. In the other videos, you should have access to, I think there's a visitor's questionnaire form that was in the last video, which is kind of where I would gather my information from whenever people would come in. Also, and I can't remember if it's the part 2 video about the phone script. So you have stuff here, guys, to use to start building your enrollment. But like I said, if you're looking to really, really make an enrollment building system that's going to last and really help you, then my Toolbox of Success membership program is going to be for you. Also, I am in the process of creating an enrollment building mega course. I don't know if that's what I'm going to call it, but an enrollment building basically course online. But it's going to take me a little bit of a while to pull that together because there's so much to it. So, and honestly, I am going to create the course for my students online because I definitely want to have that option to you guys. But the best way for me to really go in and to really help people do this is to be able to work with you on a weekly, bi-weekly basis and things like that. So anyway, I hope that you got something out of this video. I hope that it at least kind of got your brain kind of thinking and kind of turn your wheels a little bit as some another layer of the enrollment building process. And yeah, so anyway, if you really found for this video to be valuable and you felt like you got something out of it, if you got any aha moments, or you really feel like that the whole series and this video in specific is something that you're going to be using in your program, if you can just communicate that with me by hitting the like button below. And that just lets me know that I'm doing my job, because at the end of the day, if I can't help you, then I'm not doing, I'm not doing the job that I seek to do, and I'm not providing you the content that you are looking for. So be sure to hit that like button, okay? Also, subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed, because I do these videos every week. And there's so much more to come. I'm so excited with everything that I'm going to be providing on the YouTube channel here. I'm going to be doing some other playlists. There's going to be stuff on staff and management and work-life balance and organization in your office and just all those things, all the layers, all the nuts and bolts that it takes to run a successful child care program. So be sure to hit that subscribe button above, and I'm just going to do both thumbs up because I don't know which way it is, and I still have not figured that out yet. So just to make sure that I'm pointing you in the right direction, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And also visit my website. The link is below. Make sure that you visit my Facebook page for, if you are wanting daily tips, and I put all kind of stuff on there, you guys. So there's I usually do daily or every day there's a tip or tool or whatever that I share, and then I always do fun quotes and interactive stuff. And so if you kind of want to see what I'm up to on a day-to-day basis, definitely be sure to like my Facebook page. Also Instagram. I'm also on Instagram, so be sure that you follow me. And all those links are below. I mentioned the website, so be sure that you check that out as well. And I will definitely see you in the next video. I'm going to be talking about parent engagement and involvement activities, because that is kind of where it really, really starts to get really deep in the enrollment building series. And it's one thing to enroll somebody, but to keep them in your program is a whole nother different topic. So next week I'm going to touch on that, about how to go about keeping families in your program and not having them leave because of whatever situation, X, Y, and Z. So anyway, I'm going to get off of here. I hope that you are having a fantastic day, night, whenever you're watching this video. And thanks so much for for being a part of Child Care Success Tools, and to all my students, I really appreciate you all. You know, I'm having a lot of fun working with you guys. And so, you know, just as a motivation tip, keep pushing, keep going. You're going to get there. You know, I'm going to be here to help you in any way that I can. So thanks so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.